Hey gang, how are you doing? It's Jonathan again with Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, covering all of the sport fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for this past week of the 29th of December to the 4th of January, our first fish report for the brand new 2020 new year. Hope wherever you are, you're doing well. Hope your new year is off to a good start. And let's talk a little bit about fishing. Listen, I got to be honest with you. I'm actually not in La Paz at the moment. We're actually in Texas. We're packing up, and we're going to be coming your way to see you. And we're going to be doing our 2020 Tailhunter Road Tour. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. A little bit of tongue-tied here. But let's talk a little bit about fishing, because there were actually some fish caught this week. Now, once again, this is off-season, April to November. It's so-so, really unpredictable. Hard to tell what's going to happen. Fishing can be very erratic. And once again, there was some wind blowing. We even had some rain. We had some drizzle during the middle of the week. So it was really tough to have folks out there every day. Fortunately, there's not a lot of people in town for fishing to begin with. A lot of them are in town to catch some sun. The snowbirds are there. We do have a lot of kiteboarders and windsurfers who come to town during the winter for the specific reason that we have world-class winds during the wintertime. So when I tell folks, listen, it's not a good idea to go out there on such and such a day, good idea to listen to me. We did have some folks go out. I told them the day was going to be really, really windy, probably would not do very well. They said they wanted to go out anyway, and sure enough, 3 guys went out and they caught 1 fish. In fact, they had to come back early. We had some other guys booked for another day, and, I told them it was going to be windy, and sure enough, we had to cancel. But we had some folks go out when I told them to go out. It was nice, it was calm, sun was out, waves were down, and they did really well, surprisingly. Just because the winds are blowing doesn't mean during the wintertime there's not some good fishing. In fact, when the winds aren't blowing, there's still Dorado out there. Really surprising, because this is the cold water time. This is Dorado are warm water fish. These are the fish we catch in the summer and the fall when it's nice and warm. The waters are warm, but there's still some nice Dorado out there. Maybe some smaller dinks of 5 pound, but some nicer 10 and 15 pounders. And here's the thing. They're mixed in with the cold water fish, Pargo, Cabria, Sierra. Normally we catch Sierra during the winter. The last couple seasons have not had many Sierra, but there are some very, very big, nice size Sierra. Now, what's a Sierra? Well, if you know what a wahoo is, if you know, kind of like what a barracuda looks like, long, very torpedo-ish looking, slick fish, delicious eating, and they got a mouthful of teeth. They grow to about 5. A good one will be about 10 pounds. Delicious ceviche, one of the best ceviches you could ever have if you get some of these Sierra in the boat. But we had some nice 5 and 6, 7 pounders bite this week. They're a lot of fun, especially on light tackle. And there was some Pargo, there's some Bria, there's Jack Crevalle, there's Bonita, and the folks who went out on the days when the wind wasn't blowing and we could get bait. It's very critical that we get bait, and when it's blowing, when the waves are crashing along those shallow areas, it's really tough to get live bait. But so when the wind's not blowing, we're able to get live bait, we're able to hit some of these fishing spots, and they did really, really well. So, keep an eye on things this coming week. It looks like about half the days are going to be windy, and the other half, we're just going to have to take a look and see. A lot of times what I tell folks, if you're flexible on the days you're going to go out, check in with us first, because I always do a long-range forecast. I look at the windows of when the wind might not be blowing and when it's going to be blowing or when it's going to be blowing less, and I give you a better idea of what days you might want to go out. Most of the folks coming down, they're down for several days. They're not necessarily in town to go fishing. Maybe they want to do a day of snorkeling, whale sharks, sit on the beach, drink a margarita, and then they decide, I think I'd like to go fishing one day. And so if they're flexible on the days they fish, I can tell them, this is a bad day, that's a bad day, this other day, so. But if you wait till this day, you might just catch some fish, and definitely it's going to be calmer and a lot more comfortable out there. Okay, so anyway, quick wrap up on what's going on with the fishing. Now, here's what's going on. By the time you're watching this, we are going to be on the road. Jill and I, every year, I've been doing this for 20-something years. We're going to be hitting the road, and in past years, we've always jumped in our rickety cargo van, and we do about 15,000 miles, cross about, 17 different states. We do shows all over the western United States. This year, our first show, starting next week. By the time you're watching this, we're going to be tooling down the road on our way from Texas to Denver, where we're going to be at the ISE show, the International Sportsmans Expo. It's a great place because it's right in the middle of town, right at the Denver Convention Center. 4 days. It's going to be going from the Thursday to Sunday of next week. Tons of stuff to see. I think they have like a zillion different booths there. It's like a geography lesson. Bring the whole family. There's camping, there's fishing, there's hunting, there's trekking, there's kayaking, there's canoeing. There's all kinds of outdoor stuff. There's seminars. There's all kinds of great gear, you know. It's like Toyland out there if you like camping gear and fishing gear. There's seminars going on all the time. And like I said, a great geography lesson because vendors are from all over the world. I mean, we're from Mexico. There's other Mexican operators down. There's guys from South America, Alaska, Canada, all over the United States, Russia. I mean, places you wouldn't even think about going fishing or hunting. They're going to be there. They'd love to talk to you. We'd love to see you. If you're going to get in touch with us, let us know as soon as possible. Things are booking up really quickly. Or come see us at one of these shows. At the end of this, I'll put a list of all the places we're going to be this year. Like I said, covering about 15,000 miles of driving. We have a new rig this year. Instead of being in our rickety cargo van where Jill and I would be, shivering, and there was no heater, and the tires are wobbling, and we're driving through the snow and the ice of Wyoming and the rain of Washington and getting soaking wet and freezing. We got ourselves a brand new Tailhunter mobile. Check these out because we got a brand new Suburban. I haven't had a new car, since I was an attorney and I was driving a Mercedes 20-something years ago, almost 30 years ago. I've always had used cars since then. Same with Jill. We finally kicked in. This is a car that's going to save our lives when we're skidding down the road and the snow and the blizzards are hitting. But we've got heated seats. I've never had heated seats before. And it's got all the bells and whistles. And it's going to allow us to get to you safely, get to you in one piece, and get warm. And it's going to be traveling in style. We're really happy to have this. And we're excited. And we got it wrapped by some great folks in Dallas. The Wrap City in Dallas did a great job. AQ Graphics in Florida did the graphics for us and did the design. And we're really excited to be on the road and be coming your way. By the time you're watching this, we're going to be hitting the road and we're going to be in Denver this coming week from Thursday to Sunday at the Denver Convention Center for the International Sportsmans Expo. So let us know if you're going to come down or come and see us. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to set up your next fishing trip in La Paz, Baja, Mexico with Tailhunter Sportfishing. Anyway, quick wrap up. Happy New Year, everybody. We're really excited to see you. Happy and excited that we're going to have another great season. Jill and I are looking forward to having you down with us in La Paz, Baja, Mexico. God bless. Take care of each other, and we'll see you again this coming week.